Welcome back to another episode. Today, we're going to take a little Lego and make it not so little. So, a little background on this project before we get started. May 4th, as you may know, is what is considered Star Wars Day. And this past Star Wars Day in May, on the 4th, obviously, my wife and I went to a Lego store that was about an hour and a half away from where we live in an effort to get a set that they were giving out. Unfortunately, we were about 15 minutes late to get one of the sets. However, I was able to get the build sheet, which was pretty awesome. So it's a build sheet for a little Grogu in his little bassinet. So that's what it's supposed to look like. Like I said, unfortunately, I wasn't able to get the actual set, but I thought it would be a cool project to supersize. Now, I learned a lot after my last Lego build, which was the helmet holders. And if you haven't seen that, I'll put a card up here so you can go watch that video. But I'm essentially using the same style block. I did re-engineer them yet again to make things fit better. So if you look at the outside dimensions, are perfect for Lego, just 8 times the size. But what I did, because we're 3D printing, you can do some things in 3D printing that you can't with injection molding. So since the insides, what I did is I designed those so that there was no supports needed underneath in here. So when you get way up in here, these channels will chamfer in and all the way up into the peg part of the brick. So in an effort to, 1, not use as much filament, and 2, not need supports. There's a few parts that I built that still needed some type of supports, but overall, I cut it down a whole lot. Okay, so looking at the build sheet here, Lego gives you the list of all the different parts and all that you're using in this one. So this one is 51 total parts, and it has 23 unique pieces of those 51 parts. And you're going to see here that there's 24 here, but there's only really 23 unique ones because there's a 2x2 brick here and a 2x2 brick here. The rest of them are all unique into themselves. So I had to design a lot of stuff. But before we supersize it, we gotta build it the way it's supposed to be built. And so I went into my son's Lego collection and rated it and got most of the pieces right. But there was a few that it weren't right. And so I have here a little Timu Grogu. And so this is about how big the thing is supposed to be. And you can get kind of a reference there on the size of this little guy. My favorite part of building this one was if you look at the top of his ears, they're $100 bills. It might focus, it might not. But anyway, yeah, they're $100 bills on top. I was only really missing, all the colors are wrong for a lot of it, but most of it was correct. And I think it turned out pretty awesome. The only parts that I didn't have any of them were this piece that goes underneath the ear. Now you may be asking yourself, why 8 times the scale? Why not 10? Why not 20? Whatever. Well, the easiest solution for that answer was this piece right here, which is the biggest single piece, well, one of the 2 biggest single pieces of the whole set. And so I wanted to get a scale that this could fit on the bed of one of my Bambu machines. So it had to be within a 256 millimeter solution. And so this ends up being 249 point something or other. Close enough. So we're gonna be building this guy at about 8 times the scale. So that's pretty cool. So after I was done with all the design work, it was time to start printing. Well, I was going on vacation. We went on location down into South Carolina, and my wife kind of looked at me funny when I decided to take my son's A1 with us and put her to work. Yeah. Can't max out the plate much more than that. Look at that. Woo! Get after it. So I just ran out of filament of the white, and man, it's so close on this one part. I gotta wait until tomorrow. I ordered some more. It'll show up tomorrow. But man, it was so close to being done with this part. Look at that. It started up on the post and just couldn't finish it. But we're just gonna let it sit there and not move until tomorrow, and we'll finish her up. I must have been a good boy because it's Sunday. Amazon said that it was going to be delivered on Monday because it was being sent through the USPS, and filament was just out on my doorstep, so I can get this thing restarted. Yeah, and we're back up and running. Sweet. You ever just have one of those days? So I'm sitting here, just finished a print, and was getting the SD card to load in another piece, and because I don't have it hooked to my Wi-Fi here at the beach, and I went to go put it in the machine or into my laptop here, and all of a sudden, damn thing's gone. And the only thing that was, I'm looking around at my desk here, can't find it. So let me show you what I think was happening. So I'm sitting here, and now I have my laptop torn apart. I actually had it a lot more torn apart until just a few moments ago. I'm sitting here, I'm watching some YouTubing and all that stuff, but here's the port for the SD card. And so what I thought happened was that I thought I put it in, but it sometimes it goes in a little crooked or whatever. So I thought that it went past the plug there and just was floating around inside here. So I figured out how to take the back off of my laptop. And then I took the screws out to get in here because maybe it went underneath of it instead of on top of it or whatever. Nope, wasn't there. Took screws out for the battery. Took more screws out, thinking that maybe it floated around in here somewhere. No. So I started putting it back together, and I'm looking all over the desk. There's not, it's nowhere. And then there it is. Somehow it came out of the laptop, must have ricocheted off of here and ended up underneath the monitor that I had sitting there. Yeah. So now I get to finish putting it back together. And yeah, I did it all with the laptop still on. I never turned it off. Good times. Back to work. Little fella's doing good. I'm pretty glad to be done with all the design work on it, because although a lot of the pieces were very similar to each other, they were different enough that you had to, it took a lot of brain power to figure it all out and how to print them out and stuff like that. So I was trying to do most of it that I could without supports and all that stuff. So, but some of them, I mean, it just has to have supports. There's no real way to do it without. So, oh well. I'm gonna keep on printing, swapping out filament and all that. This is the 4th roll of the white PETG that we're working on right now. And it's gonna take at least and probably 2 more to get all these white pieces done. So get after it. Those big arch pieces take over half a kilogram a piece. So yeah, good times. Keeping at it. Whew. Oh, it's a long time working. But that's the final piece that I had to design for the whole project. So if I bring it back here, you can see there's a whole bunch of plates going on here. But this one, I actually had designed it to take the place of two of the parts, because there's one that has the pegs that come out of it, and one of them that has the sockets. So you can see down here, I made it pegs that can go into the socket, and so hopefully that'll work out. But yeah, I've been busy. I made myself a little chart here of all the parts and all that need to be done, and we're printing right now up there. We're printing this guy right here. There was two of those that I needed, so that's the last one that it's printing. As far as in the white is concerned, then we have four of these arch curved ones. We got four of these to do, and then we got these big mama jamas to do, which are those big domey ones, and then the other colors and stuff like that. So the white's going to keep me busy for another day or two, probably 2, maybe 3 days, printing on this one printer. Okay, just to do another little bit about why I love the Bambu printers and how great they are. Like the A1 is just been phenomenal. This print just finished. We're gonna pull it off there. Now let me spin it around here. That is done with no supports. Like so, this whole area under here, no support. So that's quite a bit of bridging going across there, and it did damn near perfectly. Much better than what I was expecting. Awesome. Heading home. Got all my parts in the bag that I had to check. So it's a big bag of Lego. Good deal. Works out. We'll get the rest of it done when we get back to the house. So the going through TSA, they stopped and were trying to figure out what the spools of stuff are that I had in my backpack. PLA, Pet G. Well, these final two parts may be cursed. I don't know. Anyway, it's currently 6:30 in the morning, and I had to get up this morning at 4:30 to go take my mother-in-law to her dialysis appointment. Well, while I was gone, and I had just gotten back, I got a message from my security camera saying that they were offline for a half hour, which means that I had a power outage. So I got back here and power's on, obviously, lights are on. But I guess the P1S was not set for power recovery mode. I don't know. I thought that was just automatically enabled, but I guess not. So it didn't finish. I guess I'm going to try to slice just the top of it and print that. I mean, it was really close. I mean, probably 2 hours away from finishing up, but great. Damn it. Is what it is, I guess. Gotta start printing again. Yeah. Fun. Finally, I have a successful one. That's 3 big failures on that. So that's, I mean, that's more than half a kilogram of filament in this one part. So when you're having a failure on something that size, it'll get you. But it also makes you want to try to save it. I cloned that part and brought it over here to another plate, and I sliced off. I sliced off the top of it as close to that line as I could, so 120 millimeters tall, and we'll see if it works. Well, I just pulled this one off of there, and I mean, it fits on there. I think I missed it by 1 or 2 layers, but not bad for eyeballing. on the slicer. But I'm probably just going to make that work for now. Who am I kidding? I'm going to just print out a whole nother one. Okay, so we have 4 different parts here that we need to do some assembly on. And, starting with these here, this is the overhanging one. Pretty awesome. Printed this one upside down, such as this, because I thought that overhang would be too much and didn't want all the supports. So printed it with this face down. These are only recessed in about 1 millimeter, and I think I'm going to end up going back, not for this particular print, but for future ones, and I'm going to recess that down probably another 2 millimeters and recess them in. The reason that I'm going to do that is because of this one here. So that's what that looks like with the pegs in it, and this is what it looks like without it. And so this actually is an additional part. It's the brown one that goes on top like this. So with the pegs in it, it can attach from underneath. Without the pegs in it, it's a cap. But it's pretty cool. These actually just will fit into there and get sucked in. So that works out pretty good. With doing that, with them being recessed down in there, I like that a lot more. So this one again has just a 1 millimeter indentation in there, so I'll probably do it 3. The reason I'm choosing 3 millimeters for like this one, which will be the same here, is that this is a 5 millimeter wall, so it'll just make it easier to do. You will notice here on a few of on these parts, there's some chewed up parts. It's not a perfect print there, and I'm fine with that because you won't see it when the other pieces are on top of it. So it'll all work out. Going here to the eyeballs, you can see I assembled this one. This is a 2 millimeter hole in it, and then you just glue that little guy in there. Eyeball's done. So here we go. We've got all the parts here, and we have all the parts printed out. This is what LEGO folks called Nulling. I don't know if it's called that in other things, but in LEGO it's called Nulling. So basically, you organize your parts. And that's what all 51 parts look like. Technically, I have 52 parts, but it's really 51 pieces. Because we split that one in half. Well, that's Grogu. Hold on a second. Something just doesn't feel right. Much better. It wouldn't be a review about Grogu without my Grogu hat. This is a hat that one of my daughters made for me, so I love it. It's nice and warm on my melon. It's also a very big melon. Anyway, yes, so Grogu, we're all done with him. I think he turned out fantastically. And coming from this little fella right here to the absolute massiveness of scale, knocking stuff over. See any Christmas. But yeah, knocking things over, and the giantness of the scale of the original model to the completed one. I really couldn't be happier with how it turned out. I've decided that if this video gets 5,000 views, I'll go ahead and put all the files for all the pieces and everything on Maker World. So tell your friends, tell your neighbors, watch the video, and well, I'll share it as soon as it hits 5,000 views. So, overall, I think I learned a lot from this project, and I'd like to do some more big Lego type of projects like this. I think they would be fun. I have a few that I'm thinking about, but they're going to be big and expensive. So if you guys can watch the videos, I'd much appreciate it. Anyway, Grogu, fantastic again. Can't wait to do it again. I'm going to make a stand for him at some point here, so that he will just live here in the office and not just be sitting on a table. Right now he's sitting on an empty spool, so it's working out okay. Besides that, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like it and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Until then, this is the way.